Alright, I do definitely want to talk to all the village people, but I feel like I'm probably not going to... I don't know if I'll be able to activate any side quests until we first chat with Popola. So let's do that first, and then we'll talk to everybody. Another giant egg. Man, giant eggs just kind of spawn there, don't they? I don't even know where, like, Emil is. Is he in the village now? Did he go back to his house? Oh, I just realized that's where the shades came from. He was running because his house got attacked. I didn't even put that together until now. That's why it's important that he can't quite remember why he came here. But yeah, we've got Kaine as our little, going full Pillar Man now, which is nice. I think I'm beginning to understand. Climate change wasn't the cause of our woes, it was only a symptom. The real trouble started when something terrible came down from the sky. It seems that this event turned the world into a metropolis of salt. I guess they're talking about how most of the cities sunk into the ocean. Love a good lore callback. Love it. Can we examine this? No. I think this looks very cool, and it's very clear why this would be more effective at blocking the monster from leaving. Definitely not how the petrification has worked up until now. That definitely is a thing that created a pillar of stone that was shaped like the creature and did not necessarily add more stone to the wall behind them. This is definitely a one-off use of the way that petrification works. I was curious if walking around the village there would be considerably less people, and I will already say there is only one person besides Popola in the library who is working, which is like a 300% decrease from before. Just look at you. You look terrible. I know you're worried about Yonah, but you're gonna kill yourself. I'm fine. Just tired is all. Can't all stay as young and pretty as you, Popola. Well, aren't we feeling saucy today? No, it's true. You look the same as the day I first met you. Okay, now you're just embarrassing me. Here, this is from Emil. Hi, Flint. Hey, it's me, Emil. Sorry I've been quiet for so long. Are you and Weiss getting along alright? Is he still using big words and making everyone feel dumb? I bet he is. Anyway, I recently stumbled upon some records that might help us in curing Kaine's petrification. Would you mind coming here to take a look? Thanks, I'll be waiting. Got a letter. Perhaps the time has come to save Kaine. Does this mean you'll be leaving the village? Sorry. I know things have been rough lately. It's okay. Go. We know you're doing it for Yonah. Not really. This particular instance is something that we are explicitly doing for for someone besides Yonah. Unless the monster in the basement might give us a clue to the Shadow Lord, we don't have any evidence to suggest that what we're about to do is going to help us find Yonah. But alright. Please take care of yourself. Oh, another thing. I think in that that introduction alone to Act 2, that cutscene. July 20th, Devola and Popola went back home. That made me lonely, so I ran around singing songs as loud as I could. Then that got kind of weird and scary, so I stopped. Yeah, I gotta be on the lookout for new loading screens now. I think you can already tell so much of Act 1 is NieR being like, gotta do the right thing, just gotta help people out and be kind and really try to do your best for everybody. Beginning of Act 2 shows that, like, yes, he is definitely helping people. That is what he's doing. But he already feels way more jaded about it. Just the interaction of murder all the shades, go up to the person who is crying over, I assume their loved one, and just say, we gotta move. There's no time for this. I feel like it is a much different reaction than Act 1 NieR would have. So that already tells you a lot about his character as well.
Sup?
I decided a long time ago that Popola was too important and beautiful to worry about shades and stuff like that. That's why I dedicated my life to protecting her. She'd trust me to keep the library secure, so maybe someday she'll trust me with other things. Grawl? I've never heard that used as a term or onomatopoeia or anything of the like. Grawl? False hope is better than no help at all, I suppose. It has been established that Weiss talks loudly enough for everyone to hear him, so that was just said out loud.
I fear the next card fate holds for us.
More and more of our sons and daughters go out hunting and never return. What are we supposed to do? I don't know, man. They say shades have been sighted around the junk heap. You think they started using machines? That'll be the end of us for sure.
Hello.
Even a single sprig of herbs is precious right now. I collect whatever I can find, but it's slow going. Yeah, so I mentioned less people in the library as before. I'm curious if the village square is going to be quieter too. More and more shades are resistant to light these days. I don't think there's anywhere in the world that's safe anymore.
Hey there!
We'll keep the village safe. You just concentrate on getting Yonah back. Thanks. I appreciate it. I do love that the entire village is like, what happened sucked. The world is worse now. We're all going through it. But we do want NieR to get Yonah back. We are all cheering for that. I really appreciate that. I think that's really sweet. Hey, there's 2 guys over by the fishing thing now. Shades are much stronger now, especially the armored ones. So be careful.
Hello.
If we can't go hunting, then we have to fish. Thank goodness for the sea. That is not a sea, my friend. Here's all the side quests. All anyone talks about these days is shades. That's true so far. Okay, it does look like it's mostly the same amount of people. Less kids happily running around, which is not fun to think about. Oh, here's a kid.
You know what?
Mom told me that I can't play outside the shopping district. So I'm up here, out of sight from everybody, I guess. Where's Devola? Wasn't she here a second ago?
I'd prefer not to walk so much.
Oh.
You kids certainly have a lot of energy. You're going to trip and fall if you keep running around like that. We'd best leave her be. Wherever her mind is gone, it's a happier world than this. That's actually a really good intro to Act 2. In terms of talking to random villagers, that specific one is like, oh boy. Oh man, I'm in a world of trouble now. Oh, the pig ran up to us. Not all hope is lost from this world. What's the problem? See, I was cooking and I managed to start a fire that ruined my kitchen and equipment. I can't repair the kitchen without metal, but the only place you can find much scrap is the junk heap. I see. So you want me to go for you? I need lots of material, so you'll have to brain a whole bunch of robots. That's okay, right? Contract for a contractor. I trust that you plan to offer us adequate compensation. Don't be greedy, Weiss. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by adequate, but I'll do my best. I need 1 memory alloy, 10 titanium alloys, and 10 broken motors. Got all that? I love that he specifies I need broken ones. It's not like broken ones will do. It's just like, they gotta be broken, okay? I can't take a fully repaired motor. That is unacceptable. Okay, I'll be back when I find everything. Alright, the don't be greedy thing shows that NieR is still the same character at heart, at least. Okay, this guy. And see, this one was like a slightly comedic dialogue chain. It was like, oh, I wish you weren't the first character I talked to help the tone of Act 2 set in. Looking for chef's tools. Do you think Junk Heap has any chef's tools? We're looking for chef's tools. Couldn't find a Bed Bath anywhere nearby, so we thought we'd come to the Junk Heap for some chef's tools. Oh boy, only 1 person where there used to be 2. This is going to be a fun one, folks. In case you haven't noticed, I've been very... excited is not the right word. I have been... ready. I'll just say ready. That's the best word I can use without making me sound like I am enjoying the suffering and depression of this game. I've been ready to get to Act 2 because the game certainly doesn't get happier or more fun or more exciting or more like hype. Actually, the jumping in from the sky to kill the shades in that cutscene was pretty hype. I do think it is where the game gets better. I think it is where it really starts. I talked earlier about how like the word generic can be used in a way that does not necessarily mean a bad thing. It just means of the genre. But regardless of whether or not of whether you mean generic in a good way or neutral way, Act 2 is where the game starts departing from being a generic high fantasy RPG. And I'll say it. Excuse me. I'll say it. I was excited to get to that, and we are entering into that. Why did he have to die? What is this black scrawl anyway? Why does this only happen to us? Why? Perhaps we should be going. That sucks even more. That guy didn't even die from the shades. He died from the scrawl. Ugh. That's not to say that like no other RPG has an Act 2 that is darker and more mature than Act 1. I'm in the middle of playing Final Fantasy VI. I know this is not the first game to do that. But I think you will see there are multiple aspects to Act 2 where it's like, oh, this game is definitely doing its own, its complete own thing. That's not like anything else. What? We aren't doing nothing wrong. Even the kids are more confrontational now. But if there's any justice in the world, the old Fisherman's Gambit fisherman will be dead from the Black Scrawl too. We'll see. Shopping district sucks. It's small and crowded and all the old people smell funny. Why can't I leave the shopping district to play? Huh? Why can't I? To be fair, it's not like the shopping district is particularly more safe than anywhere else. I guess it's just where the most people are, so like you'll be able to have eyes on your kid better, but
Been getting pricier and pricier.
you know,
I wish I could leave this place.
I would never say this out loud in the village square, but the village square is notably not any safer than playing out in the field. If you don't hunt, you run out of food and starve. But if you do hunt, the shades sneak up and kill you. I really hate this place. This place being the whole world, it would seem. Another hunter's gone missing. I'm so worried about my husband. I'm so hungry. That's all I can think about anymore. I'd give anything to taste meat again. The village defense is much stronger than it used to be, but even still, when I think about the idea of shades attacking.
Well, hello.
I know it's a hard world, but what better time to make your flowers blossom? Can you make anything blossom? Because my farm sure ain't feeling that. My husband keeps nagging me about how this is no time to grow flowers. Oh, there's no follow-up to that thought? Just flat out? I think you were talking about shades. And how you were talking about how everyone else is talking about shades.
Hey,
Hey, you haven't seen any thieves around, have you? A bunch of sticky-fingered bastards keep taking my merchandise. That bad, huh? They don't take a lot, but when they strike, it's always food. In some ways, that's our most precious commodity. In some ways, I would say in most ways. Aside from maybe water. You accepted thieves in training. Maybe I can help you out. Really? Well, I'd certainly appreciate it. Do you have a plan, or are we going to walk up to every person we see and shake them until stolen vegetables fall from their pockets? Let's try asking around the village.
Thieves in
Let's
the
try that
village.
first one.
I can't believe it.
You could call it a sign of the times. Rare is the man who steals out of choice, as opposed to need.
Oh, it's
Good
you.
point.
Well, I'm counting on you.
Thanks, David Vincent. I looked at David Vincent's Wikipedia. I don't think he's actually in this game, but damn, that guy sounds like David Vincent. Ah, just the man I wanted to see. Do you have a moment? Maybe. Our water wheel's on its last legs. I'd like to shore it up, but the insides are so complicated. It's got to be really expensive to fix it because the patterns of the water wheel are so complicated. This is a wise thought on your part. That wheel is a machine of not insignificant age. Better to repair it now than wait until it fails completely. You got any ideas? I'm not much for this mechanical stuff. Replacing the axle and the paddleboard should suffice for now. I believe this strange thing stored facade would have everything we need. Creaky water wheel. Okay, If you can handle the repairs, I can pick up the materials. Oh, thank you. I'm sure I can find someone to take care of the actual repair work.
Hey, you there!
Thanks for volunteering to help with the water wheel. It's nice that someone still has a sense of community pride. Oh, you're not going to let me buy from you until I do that? Okay.
What's new?
I hope you have better luck finding the thief than I did. Okay, I was going to say, it looks like shops might be closed until further notice, but, no. Good to know I can buy an earthworm here. I legitimately thought I had to go back to seafront every single time. Still have to do that for most of the bait, but apparently not that. Come on, shop here more often. I'm damn near broke. Alright, this guy didn't have a quest line before, so I assume I talked to him about the thieves.
Sup?
We've been dealing with a wave of robberies lately. Better keep a close eye on your purse.
Sup?
That's it. That's nothing. That's not useful for me at all. It's just confirming that there are thieves, which I already knew. Thanks for coming. I'm doing everything I can to keep my inventory up, but it's tricky. I'm assuming everything is more expensive now. I don't remember the prices well enough to know, but things sure are rough lately. That would be a good Pathologic-Style thing to do.
Hey, about that.
I hear that it's two thieves working as a team.
Hey, about...
Can I... That's where the person is walking back and forth, right? Can I see on my map? There's... Okay. There's no dot on the mini-map, so I assume that person is just completely unreachable. The mini-map is a good way to double-check. No, things aren't cheap right now, but we don't have a choice. Again, don't remember prices well enough. Come back soon.
Knew it. This is what I was talking about.
With the shades increasing and the animals dying off, even mutton is getting expensive.
Hey!
Leaving us again? Yeah, today's the day we'll find a lead on Yonah. I just know it. Okay, that's
Hey.
confident. Especially because, again, our one lead is to help Kaine, not Yonah. A robbery? Come to think of it. I saw the thief. Just a glimpse, but it was enough for me to be sure. He looked really young. Judging by what we found, we're dealing with two thieves. Probably children. Remember the pair of brothers that loiter near the water wheel? I fear they may be hiding something from us. Yeah, I don't trust them. Let's go have a talk.
If only our harvests weren't so poor lately.
The shades make it impossible to hunt the way we used to. Our sources of food are drying up fast. A lot of library books were ruined after the ceiling fell in. It's really a shame. You doing okay, buddy? This is full Blair Witch mode. With times being what they are, every resource is important. When I think of how wasteful we used to be. Anyways, leave me alone. I have to stare at the wall and contemplate things more. I got separated from my friends. I hope they're okay. The shades took over my old village. I barely escaped with my life.
I suppose there are graver concerns these days than the health of one elderly woman.
Curse my tired old
Fucked up thing to just say out loud. Whew. Now that I do all my shopping in one trip, these bags are heavy. You're not carrying any bags, my buddy. Our village's water might be clean, but I know there's lots of terrible things going into our bodies these days, and our children have the worst of it. Those microplastics, you never know when they're gonna get you. Maybe today's the day we finally find her. Oh, I assume that's talking about Yonah. Like, I love that the whole village is legitimately behind him.
Hey!
Welcome. We've got some new weapons in stock. He's the only guy having a good time. Jeebus. A man's dementia drove him to attack his daughter's fiancé with this axe. Sadly, he hit his daughter instead. A lot of fucked up lore with these things. And a spear. The spear's point is so finely honed that all who are grazed by it experience an instant painless death. That might be worth it, because I don't know how... It looks like a spear. I don't know if those... If we're going by Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom rules, spears should be pretty dang fast. And it is more powerful than Beastbane, even upgraded. Brings us down to moderate. Magic power slightly less, but I think that's worth it. We've got 50,000, and we're going to be trying to get all these weapons anyways. Spoiler alert. And yeah, why not? We're not spending this money on anything else. Blacksmiths always do well in times like these. Supply and demand, I suppose. I don't know where you're getting your supply from, but it does make sense that demand would be high. Oh, we also just started with a spear. Transients. What's the lore on that? The knight was so moved by the suffering of a beggar that he removed all ornamentations from the spear. Oh, that's sweet. We should check the lore on these. Some of them are pretty interesting. A man whose fiancée was spirited away by an 8-headed beast used the sword to smite his foe. Interesting. Simple sword forged by a village smith, more suited to fending off small animals than actual combat. Narrow sword that was once used by a woman of... Okay, we read that one. I remember some of these. A group of girls use the sword to consecrate a newly built temple with their own blood. Slenderman sword. Weapon owned by a blind swordsman. The blade shines in darkness, making the owner's spot. We read that one. Unique sword with a round blade. Legend holds that it robs the wielder of his life force. Jeez. Made from the fossil of an ancient beast, it's more unwieldy than most swords, but further forging a jump. When a man who has lost his way wields this sword, the blade becomes blunt as wood. Ooh, that's a fun one. I like that one. Beastly motif. Yeah, we read that one. It lies about having a short, thin blade. Sword carried by the world's most loyal servant. Like that loyalty, the sword's blade is straight and true. And that's everything. Okay. Cool. Okay, there's no... The fact that he pierces means we don't get much slashing, which if we're attacking a bunch of enemies at once, I don't love. Oh, we should read our tutorials too, huh? There are 3 kinds of weapons. Thanks, man. Okay. Knew that. Press Y for dash charge spears only. Press Y for a spinning attack, 2-handed swords only. Interesting. Oh, right, we have the shortcuts. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's actually... It's gonna make things way easier. Because, yeah, I might legitimately stick with Beastbane, just because I like the balance of one-handed swords the most, but being able to switch back and forth is very, very cool. How do I get it? Oh, I have to climb the stairs and then come back down, I think. Hey, you little jerks behind all those robberies. Right? If you're so confident, why are you even asking me? Your tone betrays your guilt. Confess! Confess now, lest my muscle-bound friend here becomes angry. Okay, we did it. My brother and I. Why? Because Dad told us to. Your father demanded that you steal. What kind of bastard forces his own children to a life of crime? I think it's time he and I had a little chat. He's probably in the tavern. That's where he spends all his time. Got it. If your dad doesn't come home tonight, it's for the best. Yeah, Taverner's the one place I have not checked in with yet, so... Good to know we gotta check in there anyways. After the kid she used to take care of by the fountain died, my grandmother's mind began to slip. I'm worried about you. You've been a different person since Yonah was taken away. I'll be fine once I get her back. How the hell? Okay, sorry. My controller cable got hooked on something. Hey, you have a pair of sons? Huh? What is it to you, huh? Why you gotta ask all these questions? You're forcing your kids to commit crimes, aren't you? Crimes? No, it's not like that. I just told them to go find some food for the family. Now shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Bunch of no good meddlers. Our time is wasted on this drunken scoundrel. I ought to cut that guy in half and save his sons the trouble. How shall we explain this to the client? We'll tell him the truth, then we'll decide what to do with the kids. Can't you see I'm busy drinking here? Let's see what work I've got for you today. Masterless Lighthouse! Yeah, fun follow-up. Really fun follow-up. Got a job from Seafront, if you aren't too busy. It's a guy looking for something. Yeah, just go ask him, alright? I wrote down the client's location on your map, so head over there to get the details. At the lighthouse. Scattered cargo. Want to go to Seafront? I've got a request from a lady there. Actually, it's more like a demand. Jeez, I wish I could boss people around like this. I wrote down the client's location map, so head over there to get details. It's over in the town square. Seems like there's a traveler in Seafront who's searching for something. Why don't we go see what she wants? By the pier. That trader in Seafront has another request. Well, he's more of a would-be trader, I guess. Anyway, he can fill you in. I like how one of the quests she said, hey, do you want to go to Seafront? Truly all of her quests are at Seafront. Okay, let's go talk to them kids. Oh yeah, talk to the guy first.
What's new?
Did you find the culprit? Yeah, but it's complicated. I see. A pair of children driven to steel by an abusive father. Well, I certainly didn't expect this. I don't think the kids are entirely without blame, but they certainly never had much of a chance. Maybe we can go easy on them this time? Agreed. I'll talk to the other shopkeepers and make sure they understand. You know anyone who might be able to take them in? There's no way I'm sending them back to their father. People are barely getting by as it is. Oh, alright. I'll spread the word and see what I can find out. Ah, yes, your fee. Well, us shop owners passed the hat and came up with this. I hope it's enough. 3,000 gold.
Using children as tools of thievery. Unthinkable.
And yet it's the reality the village faces. Things are more desperate than I knew.
If we hope to restore the lives of the villagers, we must cull as many shades as we can.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can't find anyone to take care of those two kids. Let's go talk to the kids. I'm curious if they have anything more to say. There's a good chance no, but worth checking. I think Dad's in the tavern again. Okay, that's the... I'm sorry, sir. I didn't want to do it. Okay. Let's go have a chat with Emil. Let's we got momentum. Let's do a little main plot stuff, and then we'll stop by Seafront again.
Curse my tired old bones.
What's that over there? Is it vapor moss? What the hell? What are you doing? And is that vapor moss over there? Doesn't matter how many gods we have. If that giant shade attacks again, if that happens, we'll take care of it. It's also that specific shade is also definitely in the basement, locked away, and that has actually worked for 5 years somehow. You've grown strong, Flint. I don't know, that specific one I feel like is the same thing he would have said at the beginning in Act 1. I don't know why that had the comment of you've grown strong, but alright. Shades are a common sight in the area nowadays. I guess those folks are having a really bad time of it.
The shades like to attack on cloudy days.
First the Shades started wearing light-resistant body armor. Now the postmen are falling behind. I tell you, this is a tough old world. I wish we could maintain contact with Seafront. They're our main trading partner, and now it seems like we're always running out of food. Well, we'll check in on Seafront in a bit, won't we? February 4th. Once I finish my secret dish, I'm going to feed it to Dad. Then he'll see how helpful I can be. Oh, now I'm missing the, the Kaine teleportation epilepsy thing. Okay, when it's a bunch of people... No. Pahu. When it's a group of enemies, the spear is incredibly impractical, unfortunately. When am I gonna get to level up again? I've done a lot since my last level up.
I'm gonna kill you.
Calm yourself. Haste will only lead you to making an ill-timed mistake. An unstable heart is the worst armor one can have.
No time for that, Weiss. Gotta get to Yonah.
That's a really cool callback to, like, Hodel. Before we met Kaine, before we were, like, teaming up with anybody, a very similar conversation happened. None of you will leave here alive, and Weiss says a very similar thing, like, calm yourself, you need to stay calm, and it's been a while since we've gotten that conversation, and now we're having it again. It's almost like there's been part of NieR's kind of hardening his heart. The flower wasn't in any of Devola's books, so she said I could name it whatever I want. Maybe I'll name it after Dad, March 16th. Hardening his heart is almost a reversion of his character development so far, which is a really interesting take. Wait, shit, why am I here? I was gonna do Emil first. Okay, well, we're here now, so let's just... There's a whole town of people to talk to. This is a lot that I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Oh, it's you. Yeah, this place has changed a lot since last you came. The shades in the southern plains have pretty much cut us off from the rest of the world. Don't even mention that weird black scrawl disease that's going around. Our town is dying. With all the land routes cut off, people keep sailing away on boats and never returning. God damn those shades. It's all their fault. There's one guy over here, right?
What?
Ah! Don't scare me like that. Okay, the kids haven't changed in the seafront, so that's a positive thing. Fuck, I'm lost. I'm lost. Okay, I know where I am now. Nobody's ever gonna find me here. Hee hee. Okay, buddy. What am I looking at on the minimap right there? It's like an underground tunnel? What the hell? There are people over there that I mean, they didn't have side quests because I got my lucky 51%, but how did I miss those guys? Oh wait, no, I've been up here like once. Is it these guys? Yeah, okay, I have been up here before. I used to fish here with my grandfather. Those happy times seem very far away now.
Yo!
We repaired the gate before we realized that it leads to an area full of shades. Now we just closed off the path.
Hello, dear.
Ah, it's you. I've heard a great many stories about you, making quite the name for yourself, I don't know about that. Oh, no need to be so modest. After all, I may have a job for someone with your particular talents. I'm listening. I need you to retrieve some cargo from a ship that wrecked at sea. To recover it all would be a monumental task, so you should concentrate on 3 crates of particular importance. This cargo is likely washed ashore on the far-flung corners of the world, so it will be a task of some difficulty. Can I count on your assistance? The scattered cargo. Sure. Ah, excellent, excellent. Oh, and one more thing. Whatever you do, you must not unseal the cargo. Well, now I'm curious. Why can't I open it? Well, there were some rather unique products that I was shipping. If you were to see them, it might place me in something of a dilemma. Hey, you're the gal with the money. You don't want me to look? Fine, I won't look. Yes, you'll find them in the wreckage of a ship labeled from the Hitachi Corporation. Lots of different things you might find in the crates, but just to be safe, don't look in any of them. That company, fun fact, makes like construction equipment and trains and cell phones and computers. But here in this specific part of the world, you probably only know them from one specific thing, so it might soil my reputation if you find out I've been doing business with them. I can't play in the water, so I'm playing here instead. I miss the water. Okay, there have always apparently been sharks in the water. You shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. That's not an Act 2 thing. I'm bored. All I ever do is run around all day. Okay, well then don't do that, kid. All I do is run. There's nothing else I can do. My husband spends all his days drinking. Apparently the world is just too sad and depressing for him. I try to keep tight purse strings on the family budget, but my husband still manages to find money for alcohol. What am I going to do with that man? I haven't heard from my brother lately. Sure hope he's alright.
Hello?
The Shades haven't hurt anyone here yet, but we're not taking any chances. All strong men have been drafted into the town security force. I fear our lack of trade will lead to food shortages. Ooh, multiple quest lines.
Hello?
Excuse me, sir? What, me? Yes. People have been talking. They say you're a very adept freelance agent. I'm a jeweler by trade, you see, and I'm currently in search of a precious gem known as the Mermaid Tear. Have you ever heard of it, sir? I don't know how much about jewelry. Yes, of course. Why would you? Well then, let me tell you, I believe the tear to be located somewhere in this very town. I'm close now. So very close. This seems like more than a business transaction for you. You see to the core of me, sir. The Mermaid Tear is one of my family's most precious heirlooms. My grandfather was the original possessor, but upon his death some 50 years ago, the jewel vanished without a trace. I have devoted my life to searching for it. That quest has led me here. It must be in this town. I'd be happy to help with the search. 1,000 thank yous, good sir. Having the assistance of a local will surely make the search that much more fruitful. What if I said no after Flint directly said yes, I'll do it? Strange fate of the jewel. Not a problem.
Hey!
Ah, the noble quester returns. How goes the search? Is this the tradesman? I know I had 2 things over by the docks. Hey, I know you. You're that desperate guy who'll take any job that comes along no matter how stupid or demeaning. That's not really how I'd phrase it, but if you've got the money, I've got the time. Dance! Dance for me! Nah, I'm just kidding. Listen, I've got a boat that needs some repairs. Think you can round up some materials for me? I need 5 logs, 20 dented metal boards. They'd better be dented. I won't accept them if they're in good condition. They've got to be dented. And 10 straight bolts. I'd ask if you're up for it, but I know you are. Staying afloat. I kind of wish I rejected that one specifically. You're really starting to piss me off.
A trading mission, huh?
Is something the matter?
No, it's just that... well, I've never left here before.
What?
I'm just wondering what it's like to see a new place. Someday, I hope to take Yonah on a journey like this.
And someday you shall.
I will. I'm sure of it.
I love that Weiss has become full hype man. He really is just like trying to make sure NieR keeps it together. I really love that. I thought the implication was that like Seafront and Facade are legitimately pretty dang far away. What is he talking about? He's never left here.